Did you make it in before 7 That is a bid.
Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. It was properly posted on April 28th. And let's see, who's doing prayer and pledge? Is it me?
It's not me.
Okay, I'll do it. All right, all please rise. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to get together and do the people's business. We'll ask that you lay your hand on not only our employees in these proceedings, but particularly all those county employees who have to work in the elements today. In your precious name, amen. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of April 18th and 25th?
I have a note here that there was a correction made for the April 25th. Joe, was that correction already made? It was
I
already
think
made?
they were
Okay,
submitted.
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, I will move approval as corrected.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opening of the bids.
First, we have use of the Oklahoma County Spencer substation. There's no RFI number. And now bid CW 22077, Signature Landscape. That concludes the bids.
I'll move they be tabulated and returned.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Is there a motion to approve the claims?
I'll move we approve our claims.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any change to the blanket? No change.
I'll move we approve our blanket.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All the way through our consent docket, I believe on item number 12, we need to pull it out completely. Okay.
Vote on it separate.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So is there a motion to entertain approval of the rest of the consent docket, save item 12?
Yes, I'll move to approve the consent docket without item 12.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And then item 12 had a scrivener's error on the date. Should be April instead of November. That's the only change.
So good.
So we can approve with the amended date as April instead of November. So I'll move approval of item 12.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
District 1.
Okay, another resolution recognizing May, this time as Mental Health Month. We have several representatives here from different mental health agencies across the county. So you all are welcome to come up to the microphone. You can introduce yourself, say what agency you're with, maybe a little bit about what your agency does for folks in Oklahoma County.
Hello, and thank you for recognizing mental health this month. It's exciting to get to be here, and we know that you always support us and advocate for mental health, and you doing this resolution helps to prove that. I'm Jeanette Moore with Hope Community Services. I'm CEO there, and we're located in South Oklahoma City. And last year we saw 8,500 individuals, and we do adult, children, outpatient services, but we've recently opened up an urgent recovery center as well. So we're really excited. We are expanding. We have 216 employees right now, and so we're pretty large in our community. And again, thank you for having us.
Of course.
And I'm Frances Kersey, and I'm representing NAMI, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. I'm representing NAMI Oklahoma State and also representing NAMI Greater OKC, which stands for Oklahoma County. And NAMI is responsible for education, awareness, and advocacy for those who are living with mental illness and those who are caregivers for those living with mental illness. We have support groups all throughout Oklahoma County. And we also teach, facilitate family-to-family classes to help those who are caregivers for those living with mental illness to help them through the process. So thanks. It's an honor to be here this morning and to see all of my friends. Thanks.
Thank you, Frances.
Hi, good morning. I'm Linda Johns. I'm the Director of Program of Assertive Community Treatment. You guys may know of it as PACT. I'm also the Assistant Director of Crisis Services for Red Rock Behavioral Health. I'm here on behalf of the Executive Board and the 750 employees that Red Rock has to recognize and to receive this honor for being here. So thank you for that. And we just appreciate your ongoing support. Thank you.
Good morning. This rainy Monday morning. My name is Nola Harrison, and I'm the Director of Behavioral Health at SSM Health, St. Anthony Behavioral Health at Midtown. And I want to thank everybody here for this proclamation and how important it is for us to recognize post-COVID the current needs. So in 2020, 1 in 5 Oklahomans suffered with depression or anxiety. And in 2021, some of the data that's coming in says 40%. So that's double. At SSM Health, we look at best practices. One of those best practices is the Stanley and Brown safety plan at discharge. While we are an inpatient provider primarily, we also look at outpatient, and we have some new innovative treatments that we're doing in an outpatient area with transcranial, can't even think the word for it. Currently we provide either in person or virtually 800 to 1,000 mental health assessments across Oklahoma County every month. Fortunately, only a small portion of those receive inpatient treatment, but the need for outpatient is huge. So over 60% are referred. And the Stanley Brown safety plan is part of that. We're hoping as part of the best practice that will be incorporated into part of an electronic health record that's transportable. We appreciate your time and your continued advocacy. And I encourage everybody, if you're not a mental health person, to make a caring contact to somebody in crisis, because what we do know is that the day after, the next week, And the next month, people who have had a significant crisis still need care and support. And that's one thing we can all do to support Mental Health Month. So thank you.
Thank you, Nola.
Good morning. Deidre Hansbrough. I'm here as the representative for the Department of Mental Health. As the state's behavioral health agency, we're honored to be here to celebrate with you and the resolution, and also our local providers that work in Oklahoma County so hard. So thank you.
Thank you, Deidre. Is anyone from North Care here? I know they were going to try to make it. Okay. And then our sheriff's office in the past, I think, has celebrated Mental Health Month with your green. Are you all doing that again this year? We're discussing it. Okay. I don't mean to put you on the spot. I was just curious. Okay, I will go ahead and read the resolution. Thank you all so much for being here and representing your agencies and representing the people that you serve. So this is a resolution recognizing May as Mental Health Month, whereas mental health is essential to overall health and well-being, and whereas all individuals face challenges in life that can impact their mental health. And whereas prevention is an effective way to reduce the burden of mental health conditions, and whereas Oklahoma County has experienced tremendous loss during the COVID-19 pandemic, and we must support our constituents who seek mental health support and treatment. And whereas mental health conditions are real and prevalent in our nation, and whereas with effective treatment, those individuals with mental health conditions can lead full and productive lives. And whereas each business, school, government agency, healthcare provider, organization, and citizen share the burden of mental health problems and is responsible for promoting mental wellness and support prevention and treatment efforts. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of County Commissioners of Oklahoma County does hereby recognize May as Mental Health Month in Oklahoma County and calls upon residents, government agencies, public and private institutions, businesses, and schools to commit to increasing awareness and understanding of mental health, the steps to protect mental health, and the need for appropriate and accessible services for all people with mental health conditions. Approved this second day of May 2022. And if there's no comments, I will move approval.
Happy to second it.
Sadly, Naomi Judd's passing this weekend reminds us about the importance of this issue.
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye. And would you all like to come take a photo?
And you wanted to move the podium.
And maybe let's, yeah. I think some of them might go to North Care. So. Thank you all. Congratulations.
Francis also serves on our Oklahoma County Historical Society Board, so thanks for preserving our history. Okay, item 17.
Okay, item 17 is something that I wanted to bring to you all. I discussed this with Chris Steele, who's the chair of the Citizen Advisory Board for the Trust. And I would love to officially ask the Citizens Advisory Board to make recommendations to us for who should serve on the trust. I know I don't believe we have received Joe Alba's officially received his resignation, but I know that he communicated to us that he needed to step down. And so I wanted to bring this to you all to have this discussion about maybe letting the CAB, Citizen Advisory Board,
make some recommendations to us. Doesn't necessarily mean we have to take their recommendations, but I would love to see what they suggest.
Yeah, that was going to be my question, just to make sure that, obviously we oughtn't delegate to another entity that ultimate decision, but certainly just, they're, even if we hadn't had this, I'd be happy to take recommendations from them and other citizens with regard to appointments to any entity or trust that we have at the county.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll move approval that we allow the Citizen Advisory Board to make some recommendations to us for who will serve on the trust.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Thank you both.
18.
Item 18 is for our District 1 crews to help rehab an existing parking lot at FD Moon. FD Moon is now a middle school, and so they have some needs that are different from when they were in elementary school. Let me make sure I get these amounts right. The total cost of the project is $122,169.05. Don't forget those 5 cents. Oklahoma County is putting in $35,000, and the school district is putting in $87,169.05. If there are no questions, I will move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The District 2 items can all be taken together. It's just standard mutual agreements between 19 is Hera, 20 is Western Heights, 21 with OCCC, 22 with War Acres, 23 with Valley Brook, 24 with Choctaw, 25 with Hera, 26 with Bethany, 27 with Woodlawn Park, and finally 28 with Nichols Hills. I'll move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
County Clerk.
Yes, Commissioners, I put this on the agenda mainly because the Budget Board approved this for funding on July 15th. It's for a tremendous possibility to have Ground Zero Emergency Training Center, which is, most of you know, trains canines to rescue humans, works with fire and police, and to have this in Oklahoma County and be the cornerstone for the whole United States and the world would be a tremendous opportunity for this county to have started. So I respectfully put it on here for discussion.
Any discussion?
I mean, I'd say that we all approved the merits of it already.
Anything anybody wants to say?
Well, I would say, first of all, I do think that the Ground Zero Foundation does fantastic work. And there, could at some point be a nexus with that and what we do with ARPA funds, but at this time, it is certainly premature. We would want to see what we're doing with the ARPA funds generally and have, I think, a good plan rather than piecemeal out things one project at a time, especially a suggestion in that amount, which I think is going to be more than probably any entity would receive. So I would have a concern about approving the item at this time. That is in no way a reflection on the work that Ground Zero Foundation does, or the possibility of something in the future at a lesser amount. But I would have a concern about it at this time.
I understand that, and I realized that this was the very first thing that we approved for ARPA funds to be used, and we have hired a company that I understand has been working with the chief deputies of the BOCC. I have not met with them in person. I've tried to, but I'll just remind you that the entire budget board did approve this, and except I know you're right, Carrie, you didn't. It was 8-1. Of course, you know that, and it was up to $25 million. It doesn't mean it's $25 million. That would be it for your discretion.
I think I'll have to agree with Commissioner Calvi that I know the budget board voted on it last summer, but now that we have Accenture on board and we're trying to put together a full plan for the $154 million, I think I would prefer to wait on voting on individual items. But if you all know me, you know that I love dogs more than probably anyone. If I see a dog on the street, I have to go say hi to it. I have to go see it. So I love dogs. I have 2 of them of my own, and I have friends who actually volunteer with Ground Zero, and they love it. But I agree that it's, for me, it's
premature. I'd love for, if we are going to allocate money to this organization, which I'm not ruling out, I would like for it to be part of a larger plan that we vote on with all the funds.
Thank you for those comments. Just also say that you all have already approved $10 million to be spent. How is that not piecemealing it out? I mean, the initial $10 million.
Well, that was to take right off the top. That's just what's been cleared by, as we've been in all these briefing meetings, and that's been explained. And also, the budget board has entirely voted on making the jail a priority. And so we're obviously doing everything we can within the existing funds as a first priority to try to secure and shore up the jail. We have a very important vote coming up on June 28th. We're asking the public to come forward with an amount of money that is not enough. And so we're going to have additional funds. And
so the $310 million bond issue on the 28th isn't going to be enough?
It's $260 million.
Is it 260?
I think we're getting a little far afield
Okay.
on the agenda item.
well, I'm just pointing out, for all this talk about the budget board signed off on it, the budget board's also signed off on this other deal. And we've had multiple meetings up here, Mr. Hooten, where you've been invited to attend. And if you have been in these briefings and these calls that your staff has been involved in, you know, we also need to discover whether or not the law allows for this. We have to discover what the cost is per dog. I don't think we've received that back. I think we were looking to see if it had any connectivity to COVID that they could prove to satisfy the U.S. Treasury guidelines. Accenture's been involved in all of that. Of none of which have I gotten anything back on yet.
Yeah,
So-
so I would also point out that, you know, it is this body, the Board of County Commissioners, that has the decision-making authority over ARPA funds. And not
Absolutely.
the budget board. So, again, I think as all three of us have mentioned here, I think this item is, you know, certainly premature.
Okay, is there any action on this item? If not, I'll move on to item 30, engineering.
This is a relocation on a bridge project in District 1. It's a TDS fiber optic line. They're in public right of way, so it's 100% their cost and then our cost, but they still want an agreement anyway. So it's kind of a routine item.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Then item 31 is on the Triple X project. It's a utility relocation with One Oak. Rather expensive and our cost. We might get some reimbursed from the federal grant. It is a reimbursement, so I'm hoping that they don't send a bill nearly this big. But at this point, I'd recommend we approve it so we can get the line moved.
Is this coming out of, will this initially come out of your budget?
District 2.
Just, yeah.
District 2,
Mhm.
okay.
You want about to give away some of my money?
No.
All right, well, I'll make the motion.
Second.
And I appreciate you working on this diligently. We're getting very close. This is a long time coming. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Jamie?
Good morning. My first item is about a renovation proposal by Department of Human Services, and they are wanting to know if you all are going to support before they take a further step to get and pay for real building plans. So they've brought you some space pictures and show you kind of what the remodel would look like. This would mean that they would vacate their space on the fourth floor, which is about almost 31,000 square feet, once this is completed, and they would maintain their space on the third floor. So the county would be in a position then to have the entire fourth floor to lease, occupy, whatever it chose. But I'm going to introduce them and let them show you the pictures and then ask questions or comments. So this is David Direction, pretty close. He is the Keith person at DHS. He's the facility management He's over that department. And this is Brianne Goshi. She is the DHS architect. She has some pictures, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I believe there's a slideshow that if you could open that. Oh, is it? Okay. So these are just images of the existing plan that we have on the third floor. So the area in pink is what we occupy right now. We will continue to keep all of that area, but we will only be renovating about 3/4 of that. What you see in the pink on this plan, and the gray will be for a future renovation that we have not decided what to do with yet. And then here are some images of an office that we remodeled in Pittsburgh County. So this is the aesthetic that you will kind of be looking at in that new space with workstations, conference areas, things like that. And this will be for child welfare purposes, so that they can have family team meetings, interact with clients there, and have a space for workers to set up. So pretty quick.
So what questions or comments?
So you're currently on the third floor and you're wanting, say, you said how much space do you currently use on the third floor and how much space are you wanting to lease?
They currently have 30,918 square feet on the fourth floor and 18,710 on the third floor. So they have moved everybody to the fourth floor in order to do this project on the third floor.
Okay.
Once that's completed, which they're shooting for the July 23 date, then they would move the staff that are going to stay in the building, because they're doing a lot of satellite work, back down to the renovated space on the third floor and completely vacate that almost 31,000 on the fourth floor.
You're okay with it in terms of how it interfaces with your department, okay?
Well, and we have social services moving in there as well, so that might free up some additional space for them to the extent that they need it. I know that was one of the issues we had looked at some point, so.
Is Christy here? Or maybe Keith can answer this. Do we know exactly where in the juvenile center Christie's and her team are being relocated to?
Yes, and we have plans for their renovation, which
Okay.
is taking place now.
And this does not affect that?
No.
Okay.
Okay, is there a motion?
I will move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much
Thank
for your
you.
presentation. Okay, 33.
Okay, we've talked about this on numerous occasions, so this is the final step to get approval to proceed with our generator.
Good time of year, just think about that.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The next item is an agreement for barber services for the youth in detention with the Hair Initiative for $4,000.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And my last item is an agreement with Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, who has agreed to provide medical and dental services that the youth in detention might need that we are unable to provide at no cost to the county. They will bill insurance, and if the youth/family does not have insurance, they will write it off.
Thank you, Community Health Centers. I
Yes,
will move
indeed.
approval.
Second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Sheriff.
So these next two items, 36 and 38, are both MOUs with our respective schools that we have SROs at. The first one is going to be Eastern Oklahoma County Technology Center, and then Deers Creek School District. And so if you all can take those two at the same time. I will let you know, like I said last time, for the MOUs that came across, this is a 10% overall increase for all the schools that we participate with. And the schools will assume 82% of the SRO salaries.
Just one question. I'm sorry I didn't notice this until just now. You have on the agenda item for one SRO at Deer Creek, but in the past they've had more than that, right?
Yes, it is completely up to the school. We give them our fill of how many deputies need to be there. But they ultimately decide how many they want.
Yeah, I'm looking, I mean, the actual MOU says up to 4, maybe, Captain Avery.
Yeah, it should, we left that up to 4, but you need to strike that because there's 3 out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
Yeah.
knew they had more, so,
We
maybe,
just need to strike that.
okay.
So the agenda item should read 3.
3, right. So what's happened with Deer Creek is traditionally they had 4 SROs. With the price adjustment, they went down to 3, but they want to still keep an option open for a 4th officer.
Okay, gotcha. So if we'll need to bring back the agenda
Right.
item.
Right.
But we'll at 3, but that, of course, the MOU that's being approved says up to 4.
Yes,
So we could
yes.
approve another one as
Yes,
need be, so. Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
We've got time since it's not till July 1.
right. Thank you.
My apologies on the misinformation.
No
But
worries.
yes, that's it. 10% increase and 82% of the salaries.
I appreciate you working to close the gap on the cost. That's
Yes, sir.
been a
Yes, sir. It's,
issue in the past.
yeah, we're working to get there. They understand where we're at, so everybody's kind of pulling together.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, so
36.
Let's see. Yeah, at 37, do we need to
But-
strike it?
Why don't we go ahead and, that's your.
make a
district.
motion for 36.
Okay, I'll approve item 36.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Now 37.
I'll go ahead and move to strike 37. Of course, the understanding we'll bring it back with the 3
Proper.
figure.
Okay.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Commissioner comments, District 1,
I don't think I have any comments.
3.
Congratulations to the Edmond Arts Festival for a successful, albeit windy, event, as well as the Oklahoma City Festival of the Arts that was here recently. Both excellent events, although you always know it's going to rain when they come in. But fantastic events.
Many of us were there Friday night for the Oklahoma Women's Hall of Fame, so congratulations to the new inductees.
Yes,
And-
including our own Judge Strong, as well as Jail Trustee Sue Arnold.
Judge Strong was honored but not inducted.
Correct. Thank you
Yeah.
for the correction. She was honored, and then
Yeah.
Sue Arnold was inducted.
Right.
As a Hall of Fame member.
And Mr. Avery did a terrific job representing the sheriff.
Yes.
Several people calling him the Hammer. And he did a good job. Any new business? Is there, we have a citizen, Councilman Sean Cummings. Would you wish to speak before we go to executive session?
Good morning, everybody. Actually, I've got something that probably has nothing to do with anything we've talked about today. So I was watching an interview, Carrie, that you did with Waylon Cubitt, and you went through what control you all have versus the jail trust versus the folks at the jail. And we are 2 years well into this project, and this is the first I've ever heard of that. Now, maybe a little information would be better. Maybe we get a copy of the contract, public opinion on this later. But in accordance with your comments, so we go, you get the jail trust in, and as a commissioner, you have no authority over the administrator at the jail. The authority is strictly financial, which is, I believe, $33 million a year. So that's a lot of authority. You don't write a check. You have authority, so you actually do. The trust has their money, and the only way the trust can be dissolved is if 100% of the trust votes to dissolve themselves, and then you 3 vote to dissolve the trust, and then it goes to the governor and he has to agree. Who signed this contract? All 3 of you? I've never seen a contract like this in 40 years of business. There's no kill pill. Did you put a kill pill in there that if a whole bunch of people started dying, you could get rid of them? Is there financial impropriety? You said you have absolutely no control over the administrator of the trust, but you're giving him $33 million. Who wrote this contract? Was it Calvi or was it somebody else? Because he's actually a lawyer, so he should know to put a kill pill in here and didn't do it. But if the 3 of you signed a contract that gave away 100% of your power with no way, because you were speaking for us to have any way to reconcile anything over there, nothing. They're just hiding now. You three put them in charge. You three created this. So when you say if people over there die that it's Greg Williams and staff's deal, no, it's not. You put them in charge. The three of you signed off on this. And literally, I mean this, and I'm not even trying to be mean. I would like a copy of that. Do I need to do an open records for that? Or can you just email me one? Because I want to know who signed it and who wrote it. Because this is the weirdest contract I've ever heard of in my entire life. You guys went around getting the public vote. And then you gave away any opportunity at resolution. It makes no sense. Literally, this is the Swadley's barbecue of Oklahoma County now. Now, I'm sorry, I didn't know any of this, or I would have brought it up a year and a half ago. All right? But I would like some resolution from you all. I want to know who wrote it and who, make sure all three of you signed it. And I would like to know why. Okay? Thanks.
Also, I failed to mention Mr. Hooton was awarded the Presidential Medal from his alma mater this past weekend, so congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Okay, now is there a motion to recess into executive session?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Uh-huh. Ready? Okay, is there a motion to return to regular session?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Action on item 40.
I would move that we proceed as discussed.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
41.
Move that we disclaim subject to any unpaid taxes.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any further citizens wishing to speak before the commission? If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. We've adjourned.
We could have it.
We can have you speak under the PBA.
We have
citizens.
another meeting coming up right now, sir, and there's a citizen participation section there, so you'd be able to speak.
I apologize. In the future, though, if you come to speak, there's a request form you should fill out to notify the clerk of the board, just in case you come in the future. Uh-huh. Everybody in?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'll call the Public Buildings Authority together. It was properly posted on April 28th. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of April 18th?
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Is there a motion to approve our claims?
I'll move we approve our claims.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
This is the lease agreement with Michael C. Washington.
Yes, in the ICB, and also, I'm sorry, I don't know if our Exhibit B, a list of the rules and regulations made it on the agenda.
Commissioners, it's referenced as an attachment in the contract, and it just wasn't included.
This is it here?
So we need to move
this item into the record, this exhibit.
What, the item that you just passed out? Or the item that's here, the contract that's here on the screen?
There is the contract.
There's a
and
reference
This
to it.
attachment.
Oh,
Moving
okay.
to
Okay.
receive this attachment
Oh.
into our record.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, now, just to approve the agreement in general with Mr. Washington.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
This is the PBA report of fees for the month of March.
I'll move to receive.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And item 5 is the parking for the month of March.
I'll move to receive.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Two parking places contracts.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Now, sir, would you care to speak? Citizens' participation.
My name's John Conti, and I was involved in an accident in February of 20 in the courthouse. The handrail came off the wall as I was walking up the steps, and it sent me down the steps. I received real injuries from this. I applied a torts claim. I have no legal counsel, and I'm not getting any response. It's been over a year since the torts claim's gone through. And all they've told me is I haven't been denied. Where do I go from here? I can't get a lawyer. The only recommendation I got was from Michael Taylor, and he told me to go to the small claims court to sue the county. Is that what your recommendation is from here? And if it is, who's the individual that gets served?
We're not allowed to respond to citizen comment, but I'd be happy to talk to you afterwards.
All right, thank you.
Okay, any other citizens? Is there any board comments? If not, is there any new business? Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Thank you, Kevin. And this. This
facility relocation. Yeah, sorry, I don't have an official.